Hi my loves. So you might be thinking, what? A hair coloring video? No, listen, this is my natural hair and I'm not touching it. However, I have extensions and I still had like a tiny little bit of the blonde at the end. So my hair extensionist, she got me two different colors of extensions. And so like one that's like a blonde and one that's a dark brown. But now, because there's no like blonde, it like blended really well before, but now it does not match my hair at all. My hair is much more ashy, and these are very warm colors. So we're going to be dyeing them today, very ashy colors. So here's what I'm thinking. Obviously 3N is way too dark, it almost looks black, especially against my hair. I got a level 5 for this one, and I'm adding like a bunch of cooling drops. So the thing about ashy hair color is that it always ends up looking darker than the level you're talking about. Like for example, a lot of people will get like an ashy hair color and then be surprised that their hair looks like dark gray almost. So to avoid that, I have gone like a level higher than I want everything. So I kind of want like a level 4 brown. I want like a level 7 ashy for like the highlight color. You know what I'm saying? I got an 8A, and if you look at 8A online, it looks very, very light. I know that, but I'm also adding like the cooling drops in it, so I think it's gonna make it look darker. And then it'll have like a little bit of blonde in with the extensions. And then this, I want as close to my natural hair color as possible. So I got a 5A, and then I'm going to put some cooling drops in it to get rid of some of like these warm tones. So I'm hoping this works out because I really don't want to ruin these extensions. So we'll see how it goes. So we're going to start with the 5A color first, and I'm dyeing the brown pieces that color. I'm going to see how that one turns out first before I touch the lighter ones, because depending on how this color turns out, it will help me make a decision on what to do with the blonde pieces. So 5A, light ash brown, I'm putting the whole bottle in. I think it's like 1 or 2 caps, but I want it like super ashy. So we'll see how much I put in. Let's do 3 capfuls. That's what I'm feeling. Man, this smells so good. Okay, and I'm just using a 10 volume developer. Mix it up and put it on the extensions. So I'm just holding the extensions like so and using the glove to apply. I've tried the brush method so many times, and honestly it takes way longer, and I find as long as you saturate it, like you're good. And I have like a bag in the sink that I'm just putting the extensions in so that they can develop, and then I will close the bag as well. I'm sure there's some heat to it. It's mostly depositing color, but. So this is what it's looking like. It's looking dark, which is good. Like, because you saw that it was lighter than my hair color. My hair is just so ashy that it's gonna be hard to like get your natural hair color. So we'll see what it turns out like. The purple is definitely coming through. It's almost like black hair dye on this side. This is like, you can't really see it, but the violet is definitely coming through, so it's going to be dark. So this is what I mean by the ashy makes it very black or gray looking. Like, look how dark this is. And so this is 2 levels above the 3N black, almost black hair I had. No, see how dark that is? Now these are wet, I'm gonna dry them. But do you see how dark that is? I hope that when I dry this, it lightens up a bit. Okay, so do you see that ashiness? Very ashy looking.
It's actually a really good color. You can see that it is brown. And now that it's dry, it's closer to my natural hair. But clearly I'm not a level 5 ash. I think I'm closer to a level 7. And so the dye, in my experience, has always lightened up as well after a few washes. So I think I'm good with that. But look, this is a level 5. Tell me that doesn't look almost black. The ashiness really does make it look darker. It looks actually very close to that level 3 end that I had. So I'm glad I didn't go for A, because it would be even darker than this. Definitely can see the cool tones coming through. It's more blue than purple with this one. But yeah, it's definitely looking like a dark brown, so that's good. This is them together. Put them together. And that's with the light on top. Or this way. Installed this way, I think is perfect. Right? It'll go underneath. And I think I nailed it. So I gave some thoughts about this, and you know how I said that my experience is everything lightens? So I think because of that, I really want to make that lighter color darker. So I did an 8A, I got a 7A, and we're just going to make it a touch darker. Before I like fully commit to that, what I want to do is wash the dark extensions and see if it lightens. You know? I don't know. Okay. I just don't want to put them in and then after washing it like 10 times, it being way too light, because I think it's better for it to be a touch darker than lighter. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to do the whole bottle of 7A. So I did wash these out, and the water was definitely not clear. So I do think it'll lighten a little bit. And so I think that this needs to be darker because right now it's too light. So I'd rather it be dark and then lighten up to this. That would be fine. I also think that these two colors are just too far apart. I don't want it to look like streaky early 2000s highlights, like chunky highlights. So yeah, I'm gonna dye this a shade darker. I'm gonna do 7A and then 3 drops of the Cooling Violet, and we'll see how it goes. All right, and I'm just gonna swirl this around. Try to make it as even of a color before I put the developer in. And then it's a 2-to-1 ratio, which I messed up last time, but I always eyeball it anyways, so. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on these extensions, and I will let you know how it processes. Watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills while that processes. If you also love this show, let me know who your favorite housewife is in the comments. So, 7A with cooling drops. It is a good color now. It's interesting how from 8 to 7 it really doesn't look as blonde with the 7. And then that's after washing these again, the 5A. you can definitely tell the color's lifting a little bit. So both will get a little bit lighter, which now is fine. Like if the other one got lighter, it would have been way too light still. And then the final check is what they look like together. Okay, this is dark side up. If I installed it like this, and then this is a light side up, which I actually think the light side up works now. If I wanted to do light side up, keep it lighter. I think it works. I think we did a good job. It will lighten, but it's definitely darker at the bottom. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.